What is the slope of the tangent line to y equals to x squared minus 4x plus 2 at 3 comma negative 1? Must use the definition of the derivative. Okay, solution. Now, the reason that this is written, must use the definition of the derivative is written because there is a shortcut that you will learn at some point, which gives you the answer much easily. But the purpose of this question is to verify that you do know the definition of the derivative and you do understand how it is calculated before you know the shortcut. Okay. All right. What is the definition of the derivative? Okay. F prime of a, the derivative of f at a, is limit h going to 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a over h. Now, equivalently, some people use delta x for h. So you might see some solutions using delta x for h, but I think h looks easier to solve, so I'm going to use this definition. There's still another formula that people use, which is only used briefly, so I don't think that's too important, but let me just write it here. Limit of x going to a of f of x minus f of a over x minus a. Okay. Although this formula looks a lot easier than this one, it's not good if you try to find the derivative as a function later. So this is just another way that derivative is written. To make this look like that, you simply have to do a change of variable. Just set h as x minus a so that x is equal to a plus h. And then as x goes to a, if x is a, then h becomes 0 because a minus a is 0. So you end up with the same formula as this under this change of variables. Okay, so that was just a minor comment. Let's go back to the question. So how do we solve this? Well, here, this is the graph of y equals to f of x, and f prime of a is the slope of the tangent line at x equal to a. What is the x value? X is 3, right? So what you need to do is you need to use this formula for a equals to 3, which is limit h going to 0 of f of 3 plus h minus f of 3 over h. Okay, that means we need to figure out what f of 3 plus h is. F of 3 plus h is, let's see. Unless you're really good at this, I want you to take the 2 steps in calculating this. What are the 2 steps? Well, first, here is the function f of x, right? Step 1 is to copy the function over here, except whenever you see an x, you're going to put a blank space for it. Okay? So blank, blank, those 2. Okay. So blank, blank, blank. And then if you need to know f of 3 plus h, this is step 2. Step 2, you put the thing that you want, and whatever you put on this left side has to reside in every blank space that you have on the right. So you're going to fill in the blanks with what you have on the left side. That's step 2. If you just take these 2 steps, you will never get confused where h goes. That seems to be a big confusion when you first try to do this. Okay? All right, and then that means we have to simplify 3 plus h squared. Now, hopefully you know how to expand the binomials. There's a formula which says a plus b squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. If you know that, that will be great, and you'll be able to solve this much faster. If you don't know, then you're stuck with this FOIL. So if you FOIL, 3 times 3 is 9, 3h, that's outer, inner, 3h, h times h, that's last is h squared. And since 3h, 3h are like terms, if you add them, you get 6h. So you get 9 plus 6h plus h squared from the first squared. And then I can multiply these out minus 12 minus 4h plus 2. Okay, now let's try to write this, combine the like terms. H squared comes here. 6h, 4h minus 4h is plus 2h. 9 minus 12 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So that is f of 3 plus h. Okay, now what about f of 3? Well, this is the function f, and since at 3 y becomes negative 1, that the question itself is giving you a clue that if you plug in 3, you get negative 1. You can check 3 squared minus 4 times 3, that's 9 minus 12, which is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So it is negative 1. So that's negative 1. This is here. So we can now start computing. Limit h going to 0 of h squared plus 2h minus 1 minus negative 1. F of 3 is negative 1 divided by h, which is limit h going to 0 of h squared plus 2h over h, because negative 1 and negative 1 cancels. Alright, now this fraction can be split into two fractions. H squared over h, and then 2h over h. What is h squared divided by h? That's just h. 2h divided by h is 2. And then finally, when you plug in 0 into h, you get the value of 2. That means the slope of the tangent line at 3, negative 1 is 2. Now let's try to draw the graph to see if it makes sense. If you took some time to draw the graph will look something like this. At 3, negative 1, 3, negative 1 is there, and if you draw the tangent line, it looks like that. Okay? And that tangent line has a slope that's steeper than the slope of 1, so this answer does make sense. Okay, so that's how you use definition of the derivative to find the slope of the tangent line. If the question was find the equation of the tangent line, then what would you do? You would just use the point slope form, and the equation of the tangent line will be y minus negative 1 equals to 2 times x minus 3, because the point, the line passes the point 3, negative 1, and the slope is 2. So that could be another possible questions that you can get.